You are watching an Al Bear review. Cue the music. What's going on, guys, man? Happy Tuesday. I hope y'all having a good Tuesday, man. I'm here with the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood recap, man. The season almost over, and I'm kind of ready for it to be over. I don't know who idea it was at VH1 to give this show this many episodes, but last night episode to me, man, it was centered around what 3-4 people, storylines. A1 and Lyrical, Lyrical performed, and I guess her and A1 trying to, whatever happened at the performance, to the fact that it made Lyrical say that, yeah, she's still in love with A1. So much history there that she doesn't just want to give up on it. They arranged a play date for their son, and the whole A1 Lyrical storyline. It's next week episode look good. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that. A1 gonna punch Mr. Ray because Mr. Ray put the rumor out there that many people have heard and ran with, that A1 may not be Lyrical son, well, there's Ocean's father, whatever the case is. But I'm gonna just go ahead and say it now, and I'll probably echo it next week. The whole situation with A1 and Lyrical is very aggravating to me, specifically because y'all just do what y'all gonna do. If y'all want to be together, be together. If not, fine. Like, don't just keep pulling us along down this bull crap road for a storyline for the show, and it's aggravating. It's just like, I don't know. I haven't really been on Twitter as much as I used to when I watched the show, so I don't really know what the world thinks of their relationship, but I could care less, to be honest with you. But saying all that to say, man, they just need to go ahead and just give it another shot, I guess, if that's what they both really want to do. But as you can see next week in the previews, he gonna punch Mr. Ray for saying that basically baby not here. And so my thing with that is this: look, A1, every chance he gets, when Lyrical mom or whoever come at him about cheating, he always say, well, don't act like it was always me. She cheats as well. So by you saying that, it kind of makes that statement, feel a little true, or, give it some validity. But, I don't even want to focus too much on that, for several reasons. But anyway, so also last night, Moniece released some recorded conversations or whatever that she had with Jess Hilarious, basically confirming what we already knew, that April is basically using Fizlet to babysit while she turned up. And it's so crazy because I know later in the show, Jess went to go meet with Fizz and April, and she claimed, that Moniece was just making up a lot of that and she was just going with it or whatever. I ain't even trying to hear that. I believe it, and let me tell you why. Because April and Fizlet, they've been claiming that they have just, they were friends at first, friends. And so in one of the recordings, Jess told Moniece that they were sit, all three was together, and April was talking about I like this guy. He's, I like him a lot. He's my prototype, etc., etc. He's the type of guy I would like to date or whatever. And Fizz was there, and I just believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all truly friends, friend girls and friend guys, they talk like that. You know what I'm saying? They do. I mean, we truly friends. It ain't nothing wrong with me telling you, I like this person. That this person is my type. It is what it is. All of a sudden, y'all get in a relationship. Like, let's be serious. I don't believe she's attracted to Fizlet at all. I just think he probably promised to take care of her and her kids. And I mean, that goes a long way if we being honest. And I don't know if you guys seen it, but I guess it was on Instagram where Meek Mill basically told, April posted a whole picture of her and Fizz talking about I hope whoever watching this is inspired to love whoever they love without, feeling a certain way or whatever the word, she was talking about. And Meek Mill responded like, no disrespect to y'all, but y'all out of pocket for this one. Agreed, right? And so she clapped back and say, I guess you was out of pocket too, because you tried to holler at me, and Omarion was a part of, Rick Ross, music label, a recording label, whatever it's called. So I don't know. So that's that. But here's the bottom line. We see next week, J Boog is trying to go on the international tour at B2K. Bruh, stop. Ain't no more B2K happening, especially since this boy done moved in with April. They out of pocket. Point blank, period. They are so out of pocket. So I guess I'll show K Michelle some love in my review. She seems to be somewhat serious about this whole country music or whatever it is she's attempting to do. She in the studio, she played back a song. It didn't really sound like country music. It sounds like, look, people can say what they want to say, but that goddamn Old Town Road, that one, he put Billy Cyrus on it, and that's what made it a country song. To me, it wasn't a country song. You know what I'm saying? To me personally, and I'm sure if you ask many country lovers, they would probably say the same thing. I just think it was a situation with genres. Two artists from two different genres, they got together, they made a hit, and that's exactly what it was. But the song that she played, it feels as if she's what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to mix country and R&B. It could work. K Michelle, I like K Michelle. K Michelle makes pretty good music, man. I like K. You know what I'm saying? She don't bother me one bit. But we'll see how it goes. So anyways, moving on to Zell and Tiara's beef. Tiara, she linked up, she met Apple, and now she want to get in the studio with Apple. She want Apple to be on her next EP. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I personally don't go out of my way to listen to any of the artists on the show music, so I don't really know if Apple can actually rap or how many, is she actually putting music out. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I heard Yo-Yo in the studio, pull up at your mama's house with the drama out. I heard Yo-Yo. I don't believe I heard Apple in the studio yet on Love and Hip Hop, but I could be wrong. But anyways, she want to work with Apple, so she's staying with Zell and Paris, and she basically go to them and ask them, what are their opinions on them working, her working with Apple on the record. And Zell snaps, loses it, gets very disrespectful, as only he know how, because he in his feelings, because for I guess sometime now he's been asking Tiara to get on his EP. He's taking music serious now, and he booked the studio time and the producer and all this, and she didn't show. So he upset that she is willing to work with someone who's not gonna ride for her and love her the way that he does, and all that foolishness just for a storyline, basically. Look, bro, I'm gonna just be honest. Business is business. If you want somebody to be on your record, and you book the studio time, and you book the engineer, producer, and they don't show, it's over. It's dead. Like, you not Beyonce or some high level, artist that could get away with that. You know what I'm saying? You Tiara Marie. So the fact that he's holding on to that, it seems petty to me, because okay, Tiara Marie ain't had no song since she was signed with Rockefeller back in the day, and had to join. Is there any boys around that know how to make a girl feel? Make her feel good. That was it. And that was pre-lottery ticket days. You understand what I'm saying? So, saying all that to say, he got disrespectful. They had a sit down late in the episode. He put his feelings out there, saying he was hurt by it and all of this and all of that. And she really just not trying to be on no record with him, because she didn't necessarily say that she was going to actually do the record or whatever the case is. So it is what it is. Like, he just gonna have to get over it and go on his music journey alone, as well as his clothing journey. So that's that. Like I said, April and Fizz, I didn't really touch on it, but they threw a housewarming for all their close friends who is for them being together. We meet Omarion, ex-best friend. It's weird, right? He was Omarion's best friend, and April was just like, Omarion chose himself, and now it's funny because he's hanging out with her. Well, He just want to talk about Omarion. That's the only reason why he there. Because any and everybody feels some type of way about her and Fizz. But I guess I think what bothers me the most is the fact that they trying their hardest to put on a show that they both are at peace with, them being in a relationship and receiving the backlash that they're receiving. There's no peace going on there. Because every time you turn around, they have to address the situation at hand. And they try so hard to make it seem like they are at peace when they truly are not at peace. And I think that's what bothers me the most about them is because, like I say, man, we know y'all not at peace. Just give it up. It's over and done with. Y'all worried about what the media is saying, but y'all clearly still trying to be in a relationship, and it just cannot work or last that way. You got to be able to tune out noise of the outsiders, but instead y'all continue to invite that noise in. But I mean, they still together to this day, I imagine. So I guess it's working somewhat for them. So anyways, moving on, last but not least, Jason Lee is hosting some event. I don't know. I wasn't paying too much attention to it. I watched Monday Night Football, and he pretty much invite the whole crew there. Moniece comes, and he asked Moniece when she gonna put hands on April. He just so messy. Why would you ask somebody that, especially Moniece, who trying to turn her life around? So Moniece was like, I'm not doing that. They making me seem like I'm an angel. But if they keep, she was like, she gonna have one more conversation with Fizz and hopefully they can get on the same page. But if not, she's going to file for full custody and et cetera, et cetera. The way they filmed this show makes me think they really rooting for Moniece to get full custody of her and Fizzlet's son, Cameron. That's just how I feel, because Fizz is just, he all over the place, man. It's not making any sense to me. But who am I, right? But I really feel like the way they filming the show, you know what I'm saying? They are really trying to get Moniece full custody. But I could be wrong. But, I mean, that's pretty much it. The episode was okay. Y'all may have enjoyed it more than I did, but it's all good. So until next time, man, next week when A1 punch Mr. Ray in his face, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.